People often argue over Android versus iPhones, but the real debate should be middle-aged Gen X morning shows versus Hoppe Hour. Guess who wins? We will let you decide. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Now, something completely different.
Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and past it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe, Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at?
Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. Be the hottest, search about his competition. Microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. This is the second day of the Hurricane Party here on Hoppe Hour. Yesterday, we were live from the chill room of Pinellas Park. Today, we are live from undisclosed locations in Tampa Bay. And oh my goodness, because I take Risperdal to sleep, I sleep like an absolute angel every single night. I wake up every day literally with a hangover because of the sleeping med, but I'm usually out within 90 minutes. But last night, my cat was absolutely, positively out of control. We're not at our apartment currently, and all she does is go, meow, 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 meow. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's cute at first because you're like, oh, you're a dumb cat. Meow. Meow, meow. But then all of a sudden, when it keeps on going over and over again, and it's going on 4 a.m., you just want the cat to be quiet. I love my cat very dearly, but do you ever have it where maybe you bring your pet somewhere else and like you're used to your pet's quirks, or maybe if you have kids, and it doesn't seem like that big of a deal to you because you're like, oh, you're just being cute. And when you bring it somewhere else, you're like, oh, dear God, are you a brat? I had that realization last night with my cat. I was like, I love this cat very dearly. She's essentially my daughter, but she's driving other people nuts. There was one time in 2020, my cat almost died, and I had to do a GoFundMe, and I got $2,500 donated. It was very cool. And I'm going to tell you, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when I picked her up from the emergency vet, the vet goes, as she's carrying her and her cat little carrier to my car. And I go, what's up? And the nurse goes, she's very vocal. And last night, we experienced a lot of that. If this is your first time listening to Hoppe Hour, this is my show. My name is Ryan Hoppe, and I am the host of this nationally syndicated radio show. We are heard in Savannah. We are heard in St. Louis. We are heard in Charlotte, North Carolina, Fort Myers, Tampa Bay, and London, and Detroit. You never know what we might talk about. This show is an in-studio circus. 1 second, we could be talking about how Donna Kelsey probably despises Taylor Swift. Or we could be talking about how my cat meows too much. I saw this next headline here. And this absolutely, positively cracked me up. So last night, because I'm hunkering down in this hurricane, I just have been going on a lot of Reddit lately. And I think it's one of the main reasons why I've been in a really sassy mood is because when you read anonymous trolls talking smack all day, it kind of makes you into a bit of a troll. And there's a whole Reddit discussion page. There's a whole page dedicated to Taylor and Travis Kelce's relationship, and it's got like 130,000 followers. And of course, for my job, for my radio show, I have to cover celebrity news, so I have to know what's going on, not just because I'm bored and I love watching the Titanic, going to the ground, going to the water, rather. I have this video right here. This is absolutely fascinating. This is a compilation of Donna Kelce being asked about Taylor Swift. Donna Kelce, the mom of the Kelce brothers. Yeah, she's been going on a lot of talk shows the last few years. And she really was really likable. She had her whole, I think, recipes, and she was in, a TV show, and I think she's even in other things and commercials. But then when Taylor Swift came around, you heard less from her.
Happy Hot Topic!
Here is Donna Kelce talking about how great and amazing Taylor Swift is. And I know this isn't going to trigger any Swifties at all.
I mean, so you got to know her a little bit. Got to see with a couple games. How was it?
It was okay. Yeah.
Was that the first time you'd met Taylor?
Yeah, it's fairly new, so yeah. I don't like to talk about it.
This was 6 months ago to 3 months ago that she did this interview. So this wasn't like her saying a week later, oh, it's fairly new. Watch how she dodges answers because she knows that she can't say things publicly.
It's just one of those things where, obviously everybody saw me. I was in the boxes with her, and it's just another thing that's amped up my life.
Yeah.
What's very weird is in this compilation, I hear somebody else talking in the background. So thanks a lot, Reddit. Also, you hear her saying amped up her life. It doesn't sound like she enjoys it.
It's just, another thing that's amped up my life.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Did Travis say, Mom, do you think it's a budding romance?
I honestly can't tell you.
She definitely did not get the approval of Taylor at all. And Taylor did not get the approval of Mama Kelce. We're going to hear in a song in the future that she'll be talking about your bitchy mom.
It's just too new. I can't tell you.
It's too new. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a good answer. When she's saying too new, she's panicking because she wants to say, yeah, she's a real bitch. But the problem is she can't say that because then all the Swifties will come after her. So she's having to dodge around the answer. And imagine how often she gets recognized in public and how often she has to answer about this person.
And I'm learning how a Libra works. I've much younger boys, but
okay. Manipulative.
Before we let you go, Donna, we want.
I also love seeing you and Taylor in the box at these games. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about her as you guys have gotten even closer?
Yeah, I don't really. It's still new. I don't really.
That's her go-to line whenever she's being asked about Taylor. It's still new.
Have any profound.
She probably liked one of Travis's exes better, and it's like, why'd you leave her?
Thoughts or anything like that. We just have the best time.
I have a feeling in about 3 months when they break up at the maximum that we're not going to ever hear it, but I can imagine Travis being a mama's boy and calling his mom and just being like, Mom, and she's like, I told you so.
Cheering Travis on.
Yeah, that's the go-to, is to cheer Travis on. You hear nothing about, hanging out with Taylor.
Cheering Travis on.
And I know I'm going to get comments from Swifties who are going to go, oh my God, that wasn't that big of a deal. They love each other. No, they don't. You guys need to get over it. You guys are a cult. Speaking of somebody who probably wishes he had a cult, Macklemore dropped his Vegas festival headliner after F America chant. Yeah, he just seems like kind of an asswipe. I don't look at Macklemore and go, oh, you're cool.
Straight up, say it. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you. Fuck America.
Get out then. Go to the Middle East, Macklemore. If you're such a little punk ass bitch saying F America, leave. We don't need you. No one needs you. We barely needed you in 2012 with Ryan Leslie. And then he posts this. My thoughts and feelings are not always expressed perfectly or politely. Yeah, saying F America, the country that's giving you money. Yeah, it's not the best idea. Sometimes I slip up and get caught up in the moment. Saturday night was one of those times. I strive to always lead with love in an effort to bring people together and never to create more division. But saying F America is the opposite of that, you lying ginger. The Palestine Will Live Forever festival I performed at was rooted in peace, love, and solidarity. Unfortunately, the historic event in my hometown that brought thousands of people together to raise awareness and money for the people of Palestine has become overshadowed by two words. And he goes on for 5 more pages about this. This is on Instagram. He really thinks that everybody's sitting around going, oh my God, Malcolm Moore, he wrote a statement. We must read it. I mean, Thrift Shop was okay. And that song with Ryan Leslie singing was not bad. But what happened was, from what I've read, around 2016, he had a breakup with the Ryan Leslie guy that was doing all the singing on his songs. And that's when the music got bad. Ryan Leslie carried that music. Everyone talks about Thrift Shop being good or whatever, and I get it. But literally, if it wasn't for Ryan Leslie, there would be no Macklemore. I saw this here on Daily Mail. This cracked me up. Porn, again, Christians, ex-priest, and a former missionary become OnlyFans stars who film lesbian romps for their followers. This is what's weird. I don't know what religion it is because they said ex-priest, but it's 2 girls. An ex-priest and former missionary who gave up their holy lives have become OnlyFans stars who film lesbian romps for their followers. Former Brazilian pastor Ana Akiva, age 36, teamed up with ex-missionary Andressa Urach after subscribers begged them to shoot movies together. Akiva revealed she already had an eye for Urach after they met during the Miss Bum Bum contest. Pretty much everybody there probably has daddy issues. They went on to say, I had already tried it with Andressa at the time of Miss Bum Bum. I can't take any contest that's called Miss Bum Bum seriously. It's very weird. I remember when I first got into radio, I thought porn was amazing, and I still watch it occasionally. But when you hang out with porn stars and you interview them, they are the most vapid human beings ever. They just say things that are just so unnecessary. Like, I'm trying to keep it clean for the radio, but they'll just start talking about, like, sex and whatnot, and they start getting really vulgar. And I know I do occasionally, but they're like next level where they're talking about like bodily fluids and that, and you're like, this is a dinner table, Carlos. Relax. It's okay. I know your father didn't love you. I know that sucked. That wasn't great. That wasn't ideal. It's not something you want to go through. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when you're a teenage boy on Pornhub, it feels like the greatest thing ever. But then when you meet them, you're like, turn the lights off. You look better with the lights off. I'm just kidding. Not at all. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, when John and Kate +8 first came out 15 years ago, I despised it. I was having back surgery, so I was laying in the hospital, and that's all that was on TV. So I always think about having really painful back surgery and pain while that was on. But, man, back then, I thought John Gosselin was the worst. I thought he was an absolute tool bag. And now it seems like his son, Colin, is doing well in college and that John is very optimistic about the future. Because Colin was supposed to be in the Marines, but because Kate put him in a mental hospital, he was not allowed to. And honestly, if Kate Gosselin was my mom, I would want to go to a hospital too. Here is John Gosselin right now on Hoppe Hour, as he will discuss how well they are doing without Kate.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Here comes the classic TMZ. Do-do-do.
You know, Colin made headlines. How is he today? Where are you guys with that?
Hanging out with some bumble date.
I just saw him the other day. He's at college. He's doing really well. So he's just moving forward past everything that happened to him. And
that's a good father. John seems like a pretty good dude.
You know, the Marines and all that stuff. He decided to go to college, and he's a freshman at Penn State, and he's doing really well.
That's honestly better, because what if he would have had to serve in World War III?
This is a proud
love that for him.
This is a proud father, and he's proud he got to say his piece.
Yeah, that was like closure for him, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. Last on this. Do you think that there'll be a conversation had between the two parties, or him and his mom?
I was like, what are you talking about? No, I don't think. I mean,
yeah, that's pretty awkward. The reporter doesn't have the guts to just say, "Will he speak to his mom?" So she's like, "The parties," and they're like, "What party?"
Do you think that there'll be a conversation had between the two parties, or him and his mom?
I was like, what are you talking about? No, I don't think. I mean, if I had to predict, I don't think that'll ever happen.
That's really sad to think that you give birth to this kid and then you treat him like garbage.
Okay.
Yeah, just because there's so much animosity.
So what's next?
I cannot imagine having animosity against my mom.
Engagement at some point.
He is
soon.
He's turning a notepad.
I gotta get rid of my love handles.
I mean, he's so likable, man. You got that beady.
So I've been running a lot.
Cell sound.
Yeah, and cell sound is just evaporating everything else.
It's so weird that he's got 8 other kids that don't want to talk to him. And I don't even think it's his fault. I think it's that dirty, rotten bitch Kay turned him against him.
And I want to have a podcast, but
yeah. Of course, you want to have a podcast.
It's very technical. I didn't realize how much work it is.
Right.
That is the most humble thing I've ever heard anybody say. How technical it is. I love that. A celebrity admitting it's hard to do a podcast.
Yeah. It's very technical. I didn't realize how much work it is.
Right.
So I have a lot to say, I think, and what I've learned, and plus I was gagged for so long that there's missing pieces in my story.
Yeah, I'll definitely be listening to that podcast. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Diddy's not afraid of other inmates giving him a poisoned apple in prison because TMZ has learned he's not as paranoid about what's going on in his food as some people have thought. Multiple outlets had reported that Diddy quit eating behind bars because he's paranoid. No, he probably quit eating behind bars because he's so used to having the nicest of food at all time. And all of a sudden, you are in prison where the food is not good at all. And you're like, oh no. All right, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are going to take a quick break on Hoppe Hour. We have so much to get into. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the Midwest or the UK, as long as you're listening to my show on the radio or via a podcasting platform after searching up HOPPE Radio. That's all that matters. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
yeah. There's Soul de Jour with Here We Go Again. This song is so old that when this song came out, you could just walk through an airport. It was pre 9/11. Now, before we get to the live read, I got to remind you guys.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
What's going on? Come on up. This following segment has been brought to you by the best Mitra 9. I usually say the best kava and kratom around, but the best kava and kratom around, known as mitra-9.com. Any other radio show that gets something wrong, they start the whole segment over me. This is a part of my chaos. You go to mitra-9.com, mitra-9.com, and check out. You use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe. You can save 20% on the best kava and kratom around. I have some of it right here with me. Let me get the last little sip in. Oh, yeah. This is also being brought to you by DZ BZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com. The best Delta-aged CBD honey around. If you need it in a lollipop form, lick the lollipop, the rapper. I have to do that every time. You can also get it as the form of a honey stick or a jar of honey. Either way, as long as you go to dzbzhoney.com and check out, use keyword HOPPE, you can save 20%. And finally, for this segment, it's been brought to you by Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com. Use keyword RYAN20 to save 20% on the best pre- and post-workout, brought to you by Dr. Michael Lang of the nationally syndicated Ask the Doctor radio show. He's got the best pre- and post-workout at FORTIFEYE.com. Use keyword Ryan20 to save 20%. How do you guys think that live read went? I think it went pretty good. It went so well, we're going to get back to the content on Hoppe Hour. You know, right now, we're going to get right into it.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hey, this is Lex with the nationally syndicated Lex and Terry Radio Network. There are so many podcasts out there that are just effing horrible. This guy is not one of them.
Thank you, Lex.
Now back to Ryan Hoppe with the Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Sing it, boys. Or boy.
Ryan's tall like the sky.
Oh, sure.
6'9", he's fly.
Yeah, that's me.
From Chicago to the Bay.
Yeah.
In St. Pete he'll stay. Talk of love and fame. Dating life's his game. News on stars he spills. With laughter fills. Hoppe Hour, all you need. Rich and Ely, take a seat. Ryan's got the groove. Hoppe Hour makes you move.
What's going on?
A cat by his side.
Oh, sure.
In Florida they reside.
856-49 Hoppe. That's 856-494-6773.
Laugh with every tale.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me. RyanHoppeRadio at gmail.com.
Hoppe Hour in your souls. Hoppe Hour, all you need. Rich and Ely, take a seat.
Whoa! Hoppe Hot Topic!
What the hell is going on with Diddy?
can't imagine it's thousands. I mean, you know, and I'm not really sure what the baby oil has to do with anything.
I love how Diddy's lawyer, man, get you somebody that talks about you behind your back like Diddy's lawyer talks about Diddy.
I don't know where the number 1,000 came.
Baby oil, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Yeah, it came from the U.S. attorney, dumbass.
He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case.
You know, this lawyer probably cheats on his wife all the time, and he'll literally come home smelling like perfume or something, and he'll be like, why do you think I smell like perfume? And the wife will be like, because you smell like perfume. Well, why do you think that?
Diddy's case causing online chatter over the shocking discovery. The rapper's attorney telling all to TMZ as the outlet dives deep into the ongoing trial in their documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, The Indictment, streaming on Tubi.
They're essentially saying it's a lubricant for an orgy.
I guess. I don't know what you need 1,000. One bottle of baby oil goes a long way. I don't know.
He sounds like that lawyer on The Simpsons.
What you need 1,000 for.
Yeah, it's the number of bottles going viral on social media, with Diddy's longtime nemesis, 50 Cent, dropping this meme on X. Meanwhile, Diddy's defense team offers this explanation.
I mean, he has a big house he buys in bulk. You know, I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. I mean, have you sat in a parking lot of a Costco and see what...
I love he's just changing the subject. He's literally turning into a podcast.
People walk out of there with?
TMZ
I would listen to a podcast of him talking.
reached out to Costco. Their rep says none of their U.S. locations carry baby oil.
That is awesome.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until...
Can you imagine you're at the Costco headquarters and you have Entertainment Tonight asking you, do you have baby oil?
Reached out to Costco. Their rep says none of their U.S. locations carry baby oil.
Yeah, you know they want nothing to do with Diddy.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
Got it. This is what he reminds me of. Lionel Hutz, the lawyer from The Simpsons.
Uh-oh. We've drawn Judge Snyder.
Is it bad?
Well, he's had it in for me ever since I kinda ran over his dog.
You did?
Well, replace the word kinda with the word repeatedly and the word dog with son.
There you go. That's a little bit of Lionel Hutz, a.k.a. Diddy's lawyer. Now, 50 Cent is making a documentary about Diddy. I haven't watched The Downfall of Diddy, the documentary that's on Tubi, which is made by TMZ. I do need to see it. But, you know, whenever 50 Cent's making a documentary about his enemies, it's going to be spicy.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
With more entertainment, let's bring in Morgan. First in the morning with entertainment. And we have, of course, been following the Sean Diddy Combs story. Yeah. What is the latest?
Okay, so 50 Cent, who, if you've not been following his social media for years now, has been incredibly vocal against Sean Diddy Combs.
Yeah. You can say whatever you want about 50 Cent's music or acting. I think he's solid at both. Not like the greatest, but he's good. But he has always been an A-plus troll.
He's producing a docuseries about the charges of sex trafficking and racketeering against Diddy. We heard rumblings over the past couple of days that he was creating this docuseries, but it's already in the works. He and the director have come out with an exclusive statement to Variety saying this is a story with significant human impact. It is a complex narrative spanning decades, not just the headlines or clips seen so far. And he goes...
Yeah, you know 50 Cent knows things that other people might not know.
To make it very clear, he's giving a voice to the voiceless. Now, something else a lot of people are talking about is Sean Diddy Combs' children. His 4 children have come out with their own statement. This is the first time we're hearing from them since their dad has been arrested and taken to jail. Now, they are not talking about the charges. They're actually talking about their mom, Kim Porter, who, if you remember, passed away in 2018 due to complications surrounding pneumonia at the age of 47. What's going on now is...
Yeah, that was a little sketchy, the way she just died of pneumonia. This clip goes on for talking about it for 4 more minutes. I'd rather use this clip from Entertainment Tonight.
Hey, baby girl Kim, this one is for you. It's kind of hard with you not around.
Oh, yeah.
The title,
Kim's Lost Words. It's currently a bestseller on Amazon, and it's filled with explosive claims that her 2018 death was due to foul play.
Duh!
Passages are filled with details of physical abuse, sexual coercion, and other acts of violence.
Yeah, I haven't heard one good thing about Diddy. Have you guys?
Combs allegedly committed against Kim. Now, their 4 kids are speaking out, denouncing it as lies. Quote, claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue.
Yeah, you know they're living in the utter denial. They're swimming in the river of denial. That they don't want to think that their dad is an absolute rapist, thug, potentially murdering piece of garbage. Because Diddy's a psychopath, a sociopath, that he's probably superficially nice to his kids and never scolds them.
The book, riddled with typos and written by a man using a pseudonym, contains alleged first-hand diaries and notes from Kim talking about Diddy, including, quote, out of nowhere, he hit me with a chair. I don't remember anything after that until I woke up in a hospital room. My arm was in a cast.
Sounds like what happened to Cassie.
As I came to, the first face I saw was of the man that put me here.
Yo, what up?
When I lost Kim, it broke my heart forever.
He talks like Tariq from Power.
It broke my heart forever.
Yo, like she died of pneumonia, though, at 47.
Diddy's lawyer calls the alleged memoir fake and offensive.
Yeah, of course Diddy's lawyer is going to say that. What's he going to say? There's some truth to it.
It also marks the first time Quincy, Christian, and the twins, Jesse and Delilah, have spoken out since their father's arrest, saying, quote, the cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play.
Listen, I wasn't the closest to my father, but I don't know. My dad died of cancer 10 years ago. We were not very close, but we were close at the same time. And even in the moments that he was being an absolute douchebag, that he threw out my computer because I had a porno video on it and all this stuff, when he was being really Roman Catholic, I'd rather have him as a father than Diddy.
According to the autopsy report, Kim died of natural causes from lobar pneumonia, which is an infection of the lungs.
At 47, that seems a little sketchy. If she was 77, it would make a little more sense.
Does this man ever stop working? I just want to know.
Never, ever. He's always working. Even when he's not working, his brain is working.
Yeah, there's one thing. Yes, Diddy's an absolute scumbag. Diddy probably has had at least people murdered, if not killed people. He's raped people. He's literally a scumbag, the worst type of person ever. But he does make good music. So when she's saying that he works hard, that's the one thing that will get overlooked. I'm not saying he even deserves any praise, but I'll hear some of the right-wing nut jobs go, oh, he doesn't make any good music. That's not true.
It's constant, never stops.
It's just kind of tainted because if I listen to like the song Come to Me with him and Nicole Scherzinger or a song with like Danity Kane from 06, I realized that he was treating them badly and it's kind of tainted. It's like listening to Ignition Remix by R. Kelly.
He told you he never stops, right?
All right, I got to skip over this because of the copyright.
Diddy and Kim dated off and on from the late 90s until 2007. As for Diddy's children, well, his sons were ever-present figures during last week's bail hearings.
Yeah, of course. Diddy's like, yo, I'm going to need you guys to like show up and make me look human. Mm-hmm.
Last year, several kids were there to support Diddy's Global Icon Award at the VMAs.
Yeah.
You're his number one ladies. Do y'all ever chime in on who dad's dating?
No. We leave that to him. We leave that to him.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, whoever he's banging, whoever he's, doing awful things, that's the bad side of our dad.
Who dad's dating?
No. We leave that to him. We leave that to him. Just
you know better, right?
Yeah, but we do, like...
You hear that reporter? She says, you guys know better.
You know better, right?
Yeah, but we do, like, if it's not good, then we put it in check.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, if you got that dirty riding bitch here, get out. Let me skip over this because of copyright. Man, this is the year of Diddy. It was really funny in the beginning of the year when Cat Williams went on the Shannon Sharp show. I believe it's Nightcap or whatever that show is. And he was talking about Diddy and how this is going to be the year of stuff. And everybody back then was laughing at Cat Williams. Everybody was saying, what is this guy saying? He doesn't know what he's talking about. Do. And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he was proven right. A lot of these guys know things that we don't know. It's almost like when you're rich and elite, you have access to information that the average person does not. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Now, I can't stand Hoda, however you say her last name, but she's leaving TV.
Happy hot topic. It's kind of a big deal for me. So
she's got that Kamala, whatever her dumb name is, energy of like Kamala. I like Kamala. It sounds dirty. You got a Kamala toe. No, but she's got that kind of Kamala energy of that fake laughter.
it's kind of a big deal for me. So sorry, I seriously, I've been practicing so I wouldn't cry, but.
They're all fake crying on the show. Jenna Bush is like, get out, bitch.
Anyway, I did.
Hoppe Hoppe announced on Thursday that she will be stepping away from the Today Show after 26 years at NBC News.
Got it.
The 60-year-old tearfully made the announcement during the second hour of the morning show.
She looks like she's 45. I'll give her that.
Surrounded by her longtime colleagues.
Okay, just cool. Be cool. 26 years at NBC, 16 years on the 10, and 7 years with you. And I just turned 60, and it was such a monumental moment for
Yeah, you're like, I'm old.
me
And I'm a young mom in a way.
I turned 60 years old because I started thinking about that decade. Like, what does that decade mean? What does it hold?
It's the last bit of any youth in a way.
What's it going to have for me? And I realized that it was time for me to turn the page at 60.
We're going to hear from her all the time, though. She'll end up doing her own, like, something. People like that are on TV every day, and then all of a sudden you're just another human being with a lot of money. They get really bored.
And to try something new.
Hoppe revealed when she had the revelation that it was time for her to move on.
Remember our 60th birthday that we had outside? It was so, I can see it. And I remembered standing outside looking at this beautiful bunch of people with all these gorgeous signs, and I thought, like, this is what the top of the wave feels like for me. And I thought it can't get better. And I decided that this is the right time for me to kind of move on.
In addition to pursuing something new, Hoppe says she made this decision for her family.
Obviously, I had my kiddos late in life, and I was thinking that they deserve a bigger piece of my time pie that I...
That's what I'm going to be very complimentary of Hoppe about, is the fact that she cares about her kids.
I feel like we only have a finite amount of time.
She's going through an end-of-a-life crisis here.
And so, with all that being said...
This is the realest moment I've ever seen on the Today Show. They'll be like, here's National Burger Day. Now it's like, we got a finite amount of time.
This is the hardest thing in the world.
Hoppe has two daughters, 7-year-old Haley and 4-year-old Hope. She got emotional as she reminisced about the time her young ones had spent on the show.
Just today I was looking at my phone, and all you guys are holding my kids, and I was like, oh my gosh, I kept looking at them, all the pictures.
Hoppe's colleagues were also overcome with emotion during the announcement, saying she is going to be missed.
That's good. What are they going to say? We hate being around that bitch every morning. I love when they release those statements where they're like, we're going to miss you. I'm like, of course you're going to say that. I'm not saying she's a bitch, but it's a pointless statement. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Now, if you are listening on the radio, I appreciate it. Search HOPPE Radio, or if you're listening after searching HOPPE Radio, I appreciate it. However you are listening, don't touch that dial or that streaming device. Hoppe Hour, we'll be right back. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
You the mob, show me. Catch me in the loo, in the club, getting crawling, kicking back and forth, arms swinging how they want. You can add your own style just to show off your swagger. Some slow it down and others do it faster. Only bad bitches mob out and make they ass twerk, while the real niggas mob out and check they footwork. If you never seen it, you might geek like Urkel. Once the club split up and start forming circles. Besides, show me Wild Hours the model at the club and the after party that follows. Bottles get popped by ballers watching. Models get got by players plotting. Owners just shocked how they club be popping. Even on security ads be bobbing. This is history and it won't be forgotten, cause I'ma make sure the whole world come mobbing. All my niggas wild, throw these hoes out of my all my bitches wild, throw these hoes out of my all my dogs wild, throw these hoes out of my hole. I don't know what y'all been told, cause my off the chain hoes mob out for show. They can do it like the niggas in the middle of the flow. Diva mentality, cause they already know they pros when it comes to using their bodies. Who knows how they mob out and make it look naughty. I suppose it comes natural if you a hottie. Coco gonna make them all mob like Gotti. Now back to my thugs in the middle of the club that steal the spotlight and make other niggas mug. Tell them you don't give a fuck and they need to amp that game if they wanna get on the same level as you, man. Cause it's a takeover, nigga, fuck what you heard. This ain't pistol popping, but you still can get served. And if you don't know the dance, then you need to catch on, or else you be the only one sitting to the song. All my niggas wild, throw these hoes out of my all my bitches wild, throw these hoes out of my all my dogs wild, throw these hoes out of my hole. If you out of shape, then by now I know you're tired. But if you out and out like me, then you're wired. Niggas gon' show them hoes why you got hired. Buy me to help set the whole roof on fire. Science, what they calling me, cause I call the shots. Only mob is what you do unless you're throwing up your block. Because violence tend to break out when they feel the song gon' stop. And sirens need to be all in this beat because it's hot. Didn't do it all alone, thanks to Chris and Jerome. They created mobbing out, then I made up this song. And we do it for the hood before anybody else. That's why y'all should be the first ones to buy it off the shelf. Don't just speak for myself, Coco speaks for the streets. That's why everybody mobbing out to this beat. We gon' eat all together like it's the last supper. But in the meantime, I'm out, motherfucker. All my niggas wild, throw these hoes out of my all my bitches wild, throw these hoes out of my all my dogs wild, throw these hoes out of my hole. Neck jerker, you sick for this one? You finna have them all lined up for the hospital. Man, we holding it down, man. STL 314, stand up. Midwest, stand up, nigga. It's just history in the making, baby. It's your dirty Coco, man. Unimind, ship, off the chain coming soon. Let it marinate.
Oh, yeah. That song right there was Coco, Mob Out. I sound very Caucasian when I say that. I see here. We were going to do Hoppe's inbox. You know what I'm saying? Where I play all the messages I get.
It's time for Hoppe's Inbox, only on Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
But all you online trolls have all been pretty quiet. You're all a bunch of punk-ass bitches. I got one comment, though. Watch out. You don't want to piss off the trolls. If you're listening to my words right now, I've gone through so much loss in my life that dealing with online trolls is the least of my problem. Bring it on, bitch.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
This following segment has been brought to you by Who Are These Podcasts? I'm just kidding. This following segment has been brought to you by Rich Keeley Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com. When I tell you that he is the best barber in all of the Bay Area, I am a man of my words. Go to 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard, and that is in Tampa. But you got to sign up ahead of time at richkbarber.com. And there, you can save $10 on the best haircut, and you can get stories about me. Also, this is being brought to you by westchaseprinting.com, the best printing company in all of the Bay Area. All right, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. When you get the invoice at westchaseprinting.com, tell DJ Tone, who owns the company, that you heard about it from me. This is also being brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com, the best MMA trainer in all of the Bay Area, and counselingoncall.net. All right, we're going to come back on Hoppe Hour because we're just beginning the show. I might only go 20 more minutes. I might go 40 more minutes. You never know what I'll do. But you'll probably figure it out because you'll listen on demand and be like, oh, there's 25 minutes left, or oh, there's an hour and 25 minutes left. You know what I'm saying?
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Syndicated across the world and heard exclusively on every podcasting platform by searching Hoppe Radio. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Did you know Ryan Hoppe is bipolar? He loves it, no he hates it. He loves it, no he hates it. Get what we did there. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Lex from the Lex and Terry Radio Network.
Hey, Lex.
And we are now ready to name our successor.
Me!
Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's a party.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Oh, really?
The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Let's go. Money by the time we see the show.
What's going on?
Hoppe Hour, wake the crowd. Mike's on fire, volume real loud. Ryan bringing heat like a summer sun. Morning show podcast, time for fun. Turn it up, this Hoppe Hour. Ryan got that podcast power.
Oh, yeah.
We go global, living large, never staying local.
856
Coast to coast.
49 Hoppe.
Hoppe host.
856-494-6773.
Morning hustle.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me. RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Now, I see this headline here. And this is about to get very spicy.
Hoppe hot topic.
Move on. Move on.
A recent social media exchange between Cardi B and her ex-husband Offset gets heated.
I'm not saying they're not good parents together, but this relationship would be so much better if they could just break up and never talk to each other again. They are very toxic for each other.
On September 25th, Cardi B takes to her Instagram for a live session to air several grievances about her divorce from Offset, whom she shares 3 children with, alleging that he was threatening court wars and refusing to come to terms with the fact that she's moved on.
Yeah, you know, it's driving Offset nuts. He cheated on her over and over again. with a bunch of girls named Amira and all the side chicks. I just made that name up. And now he's like, no, I lost Cardi.
Move on. Move on.
Nothing like a public breakup to ruin your life.
Why can't you move on?
According to a screen recording posted by a fan while she was speaking, Offset appears in the comments writing, "You with a baby inside. Tell the truth." Shortly after, Cardi appears on X, formerly Twitter, where she posts, seemingly in response to the comment, writing, "And did."
Oh, yeah. Nothing like a pregnant black girl.
Cardi previously filed.
I don't even know what that means.
Filed for divorce from Offset in 2020, but the couple managed to resolve their differences and got back together.
And then Offset had a few concerts and a few girls that are like, I want to hook up with you. And he goes, Cardi who?
However, she filed for divorce again on July 31st, just a day before announcing she was expecting their third child. While there were speculations about the couple parting ways amid cheating allegations against Offset,
it's not even cheating at this point. It's just activity. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody getting caught cheating, you're like, oh, you caught him cheating. But like, at some point, it's just like, you're not even a real relationship.
A source tells E! News at the time that the couple is divorcing simply because they grew apart. Despite their split, it seemed
them being on tour doesn't help.
The couple were on amicable terms as the Bodak Yellow singer posted photos of Offset in the hospital room after she gave birth to their third child. Her latest feud with her ex comes as Cardi made her first public appearance post-baby, stepping out at Paris Fashion Week on...
She looks good. You know she's crazy. The thing I don't like about Cardi B was that she robbed guys when she was a stripper and would go home with them. So, like, she's not even, like, a good ride or die chick. You know what I'm saying? This is a little bit of local news for Tampa Bay.
In Pinellas County, officials say if you are in a mandatory evacuation zone, that's Zone A or a mobile home,
that's me.
Anywhere in the county, you should already be out.
Yeah, I left yesterday. Got the hell out of there. I don't know. It's very weird.
They have seen flooding across.
Feels like it was just 2 weeks ago we had the other hurricane. That bitch named Debbie. Now we got Helene.
The county since before 8 a.m. and water is quickly rising, and officials expect things to get much worse with unprecedented storm surge. Fox 13's Kaylee Tracy is live.
Storm surge is like the word everyone uses. Storm surge. Storm surge.
In St. Pete Beach.
Yeah, let's make our reporter go out in the middle of the water. Take your $40,000 a year and deal with it.
Kaylee, how are things looking?
How do we have AI where they can make a song in 2 seconds, but the local morning shows can't figure out a way to get rid of this delay?
How are things looking?
We're next to Hotel Zamora here, and Jim just talked about those wind gusts. We're certainly feeling the strongest ones of the day so far, and those gusts are pushing the already flooded streets, that water here even further, seeing this water rise quickly just over the past, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour.
That's the problem is when you live in Florida, you live in paradise, it's pretty great, blah, 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 but then you got to deal with this.
That we've been here, and Gulf Boulevard just past the Don Cesar on the way to Paso Grill. It was nearly impassable. That was around noon today, about 2 hours ago. Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, the deputies just tweeted out that they're currently assessing areas expected to be hit the hardest.
It's weird. The deputies in Polk County with that weirdo Grady Judge, pretty famous around here. And then Chad Chronister is known in Hillsborough County, but no one really knows the deputy at St. Pete.
In Zone A, and they strongly are urging anyone who is still there, if it's safe to do so, get out now.
Yeah, I don't know why you waited.
They say you should have already been gone, but the storm's peak, it's not even here yet.
And that was about 15 minutes ago that video was put up. I'm working tomorrow at 9 a.m., and I'm very curious if I still will be working tomorrow. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Foo Fighters cancels Southside Music Festival performance after Dave Grohl's cheating scandal. It says here in a statement, Foo Fighters will no longer be appearing at the weekend Soundside Music Festival. Please check out the website for more info. You know the people that paid a lot of money for those tickets are probably, absolutely, positively pissed off. Because I'm sure a lot of people were like, yay, I get to see Dave Grohl, blah, 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 da, da, da. I would want to see Foo Fighters. And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he knocks up a side chick, and then you don't get to see him in concert. I would be very mad. Here is Savannah Chrisley, that spoiled Southern brat, that her parents committed crimes, and she's mad that the sentence was upheld for her mom. Grow up and get a job.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
You go first. You go first. I'll follow it up.
We're incredibly disappointed with the results. I think, if you have a judicial system where...
When you cheat with taxes, that's a pretty big deal.
Ms. Chrisley wins an appeal, her guidelines are substantially reduced, and the court doesn't give her a day of credit. I think when you just talk about public confidence in the courts, it's a concerning result.
He doesn't seem like a very good lawyer. He seems like kind of a bitch.
I think we're also, incredibly disappointed by the personal attacks on family members. That's just uncalled for, and we're evaluating our options about how to move forward. We appreciate it.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Wait another 6 years? 2030, here I come.
Appreciate everybody's support.
What personal attacks are you talking about specifically?
Were you in the courtroom?
I was there.
Yeah, I think the attacks...
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't win. This lawyer seems like a little punk.
What are you talking about specifically?
Were you in the courtroom?
Were you in the courtroom? You lost. That's what we saw in the courtroom, you little bitch.
I was there.
Yeah, I think the attacks on
As
Savannah,
she was looking straight at me.
That the attacks, the idea that, that the daughter, that Chloe is not being treated well. Or
Savannah is such a dead fish and such a brat to date. She'll leave you on red for 3 days, and then when she's drunk, she's like, I need company.
Or being lied to. Those were direct attacks at family members, and I've never seen a judge attack family members in the courtroom like that.
Oh, poor guys. It's almost like judges are not your friend. You should got a better lawyer. This is your lawyer? Come on now.
It's not what sentencing's for?
No, it's not what sentencing's for. And to say that it is for TV ratings or for podcast ratings.
Of course it is. You're nothing without your family. You are nothing. You are a zilch without your family.
Is laughable because both of my parents are sitting in federal prison. So
yeah, because they committed a crime. Your parents cheated on their taxes, you dummy. You can't just get away with that. Oh, but where Chrisley knows best. If you knew best, you wouldn't be cheating on your taxes, you idiot.
This has nothing to do with ratings, and anything that I have said, for her to say that what I said is not factual.
If it's not anything to do with ratings, then never talk about it again.
I would love to know what steps she has taken.
Can you imagine dating this girl and having to hear her during an argument?
To verify or maybe see if the information is accurate.
She would be the person that you're in an argument and she brings up something from like 10 months ago. Oh, she'd be the worst.
I've spoken about the conditions within our prison system, and conditions and programming are two totally different things.
Oh, look at you learning lawyer talk. I'm proud of you.
When it comes to the conditions, I have repair reports. I have environmental reports.
But maybe the way you conduct yourself makes you insufferable and nobody's rooting for you or your dumb parents.
I have where
Do you ever think about that?
there's black mold, asbestos, lead-based paint.
Yeah, prison's not a good place. Sorry they're not at your mansion. Maybe they shouldn't have cheated on the taxes, dummy.
Where they are consuming food that says not for human consumption. So this judge clearly has not done her research.
Oh, no. Or maybe you haven't done your research. That prison's really not a place to want to, go to. And maybe your parents shouldn't have cheated on their taxes.
When it comes to the conditions.
All right, I've heard enough of this broad. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You're 28 years old. Grow up. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. I saw this headline here and this cracked me up. I usually don't talk about the negative Trump stuff that people will talk about. If he'll say something really stupid, I'm like, whatever. He's a rich kid. He doesn't know anything. But this headline cracked me up.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Donald Trump is continuing his war with the late-night comics, saying he'd like to bring back Johnny Carson. Sam Mercogliano reports perhaps the former president has forgotten that Mr. Carson often made Mr. Trump the butt of his jokes.
But Johnny Carson was good at making jokes. Like, Johnny Carson was classier. Jimmy Kimmel, whenever he makes a joke, you just want to punch him in the face. You just want to go, puh, puh. And whenever Jimmy Fallon makes a joke, you want to do another line of coke with him.
Donald Trump is back at war with the late-night comics, lashing out at Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon
Oh, they're a bunch of beta males. What I don't like about Fallon was he actually did that interview where he played with Trump's hair and he was being himself. And then NBC told him he had to make fun of Trump more, and he did it. And he's not being genuine. And Stephen Colbert is a bitter Catholic. You know when you're around someone that's really uptight and you're like, oh, it's because you're Catholic.
For mocking him relentlessly. He misses the original king of late night, Johnny Carson.
I do too. I love watching the Johnny Carson channel on Pluto TV. I love me some Johnny Carson.
They're all dying. Where's Johnny Carson? Bring back Johnny. It made you appreciate, right, Uncle Sam? It made you appreciate the greatness of Johnny Carson.
Here's Johnny.
Well, maybe he forgot about this.
How many of you saw Donald Trump last night on Primetime Live?
That was 1989.
Whoa, he made a joke about somebody. But he's just laughing. Like Jimmy Kimmel, when he makes a joke, it's just liberal propaganda.
And here's another singer from 1990.
But times are getting tough. What? Oh, how tough are they? I was driving to work today. I saw some poor guy in the freeway. You ever seen these people picking up empty cans?
Yes.
And I stopped and said, I pulled over and said, here's $5 and have a nice day, Mr. Trump. It was just one of those days.
It's a good joke. It's not mean. It's not biased.
Meanwhile, Trump is facing a new security threat today. Last night, the CIA briefed him over intelligence reports that the nation of Iran is plotting to assassinate him.
Man, that little punk-ass bitch that tried to shoot him in Pennsylvania really began a trend, didn't he?
No threat will shake me. No enemy will intimidate me.
Honestly, it's the best thing to happen to him. The fact that a lot of people want him dead. Kind of makes him, I'm not saying likable, but like it's like this weirdness to it.
A defiant Trump had this message for Iran today.
If I were the president, I would inform the threatening country, in this case Iran, that if you do anything to harm this person, we are going to blow your largest cities and the country.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, I'll give you head.
Going to blow you. Largest cities and the country itself to smithereens.
His Secret Service protection has really been amped up. He was shielded by 8 hyper-vigilant agents as he greeted supporters after his rally today.
I don't know why they didn't give him the better people before. Oh, that's right, because Jill Biden doesn't care about him. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. So I talked about Disney Plus the other day. I'm kind of a fan of Disney Plus, but I don't like how it integrated with all the other apps. So I'm seeing like Futurama on Disney Plus. It's very off-putting. But there's this going on.
This morning's Money Watch, streaming your favorite Star Wars spinoff is going to get more expensive.
Hell yeah.
Disney Plus is the latest service to increase subscription costs and adds fees to stop you from sharing that password.
But I thought Disney cared about their fans.
Senior business and tech correspondent.
That's what every beta fan of Disney says. Oh, they care about us.
Jolene Kent breaks down what you need to know about the cost of your new shows.
It's the great streaming crackdown.
Our worst nightmares.
Disney Plus is the latest of the major platforms to put a stop to password sharing outside the home, requiring subscribers to pay more for that privilege.
Taking out the playbook of Netflix.
Oh, this is a sad story.
It's a ridiculous story.
The company announced Wednesday that users will have to pay $6.99 a month for each additional user on the basic plan.
This is why this is stupid, is because there's probably split households, you know, that thing called divorce. And this is not going to end well for Disney.
Which includes ads, or $9.99 for those with the ad-free option. And only one additional member is allowed per account.
I sense this is only a small part of a larger plan.
This is on top of next month's $2 price hike that affects both basic and ad-free plans.
Oh, but thank God they're adding good content.
Disney is following in the footsteps of Netflix, which launched a similar program last year.
I could make my own rules.
All right, we're going to move on. Glad that's going on. This made me sad.
This just in, former Chicago Bulls star and league MVP Derrick Rose is retiring.
Yeah.
Rose shared the news on social media early this morning.
Derrick Rose is, I'll let the clip finish, but this is depressing.
The Englewood native spent 16 years in the NBA and was the overall #1 pick in the 2008 draft. He played for Chicago from 08 to 16, but injuries plagued his career for years.
I was watching the first game of the first round of the 2012 playoffs between the Philadelphia 76ers, back when Andre Iguodala was there, and between that and the Chicago Bulls, and Derrick Rose tore his ACL and fell to the ground, and everybody at this party I was at was like, oh, get up, Derrick, get up, Derrick. And my friend who went on to work in sports science, he went on to be a physical therapist. He said to me, oh, Derrick tore his ACL. And I go, when will Derrick be back? And he goes, Derrick will never, ever be the same. This moment right here, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, I was watching this live. If you were not in Chicago between 2009 to 2012, especially when I was in high school, when Derrick Rose was playing in the NBA, playing for the Chicago Bulls before he tore his ACL, when he was the MVP of the league, these were the good old days. This is right here. This is Derrick Rose's buzzer beater against the Houston Rockets.
Here comes Rose, trying to get up ahead of Steen.
Then
at the top, to his left, lost his dribble, got it back. Joe King, Rose for three.
Kaboom!
Hey.
Big time players make big time plays.
When I tell you I watched this clip over and over again in high school,
Big time players make big time plays.
we all used to go,
Big time players make big time plays.
you know what Hoppe Hour is?
Big time players make big time plays.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
$6 million's what it cost them to put back together that cat Steve Austin. Now the far right is bionic. Over 6 million tracks with 10 million topics. I'm fiber optic, crystal clear with my projection. Whack MCs get clothesline when they walk across my intersection. They need protection, some guidance, some right direction. A job center with applications for a new profession. Never set for nothing less. I blaze contests and set shots for paydays. In strange ways, life twist and turn. Word to gangstar. In this business, Skrilla hard to earn. I format attack, new knack technique. Speak with a passion on wax and tape and CD. Mad niggas front for paper and switch like a bitch, in and out like a crossfader. All I know is how to rock shit. They say the hotter the MC, the hotter the spike. Rock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far right here to lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far right here to lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far right here to lock shit down. See, I got books of lyrics on deck like Tash. Pocket full of cash, ready to bounce, roll and splash. C2 and hash, pro tour in the masters. Grab the mic, flex my wrist and hit like Sampras. Handle this, make you believe like an evangelist that real MCs are coming to reclaim Los Angeles. And hence I stand a chance to finally get my time to shine in the Golden State, like Spreewell after halftime. This beat is hot, it make me lock like astronaut. Make K-Rool set that shit for my peoples when we blow spots. Pause. Freeze, my steez rose like E's, V12 trees and 7 C's. If you didn't know, champ, the far right hey rules of lowlands, brother, from the liquid camp. It's the coming of the bionic. The far right here to lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far right here to lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. civilized to savage. Sharp lyrics cut deep wounds, these niggas need bandages. They can't handle this Los Angeles relentless pressure. Full court, measure for measure. I'm like Pacino, a game plan Gambino. Every verse starts with defense first, like a casino. Every minute, every hour, I use brain power. For Mr. Space Shuttle Challenger, I devour. I tower like Eiffel, bust all verses like rifles, bust all bullets through flesh, unless you're wearing a vest. And even then, I still enter the human form of a splinter. The summer, fall, spring, and winter. Liquid crew member, champion contender. Holy like the month of December. The rhyme prototype. Lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far I hit a lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far I hit a lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far I hit a lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far I hit a lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far I hit a lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. The far I hit a lock shit down. It's the coming of the bionic. Lock shit down. Lock shit. Lock shit down. Lock shit. Lock shit down. The far I hit a lock shit down.
Defari with Bionic. I first heard this on the Stretch and Bobito radio show from back in the day. I heard 50 Cent mention it in his show Power. They used to do all the mixtapes. All right. Absolutely. Positively. Enough of that.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by a bunch of sponsors. First, we have DZ Beezy Honey at dzbeezyhoney.com. When I tell you that it's the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. You get lollipops, honey sticks, or a jar of honey. All you got to do is go to dzbeezyhoney.com. Tell them I sent you by typing in HOPPE radio. This is also being brought to you by Mitra9, MITRA-9.com. The best kava and kratom around. At checkout, use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe. This is also being brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. This is being brought to you by Personify Studios with Topher Morrison. Hit up Topher Morrison on social media to use his amazing studios. This is being brought to you by the best kava bar in the Bay Area, The Chill Room. WestChasePrinting.com, counselingoncall.net, and hey, do you want to have your business promoted all over my social media? All you got to do is hit me up. Ryan Hoppe Radio at gmail.com, RyanHoppe radio at gmail.com, or you can message me on all social media at Ryan Hoppe Radio. All right, we're going to come back on Hoppe Hour. Unless a bunch of news breaks within the next 25 minutes, this is going to be our last segment, because I'm also interviewing Atlanta radio legend Southside Steve, which will be on another show. And you can also check out my interview with radio legend Frank Kramer from the Heidi and Frank Show on 95.5 KLOS, and also known from KLSX in LA. I have had 360 interviews in 9 years. All right, we're going to come back on Hoppe Hour and get this party going right after this.
Now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in
a manslut was a podcast, it would be Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe. If a Chicago accent and Florida man went on a wild weekend and ended up with a kid, it would be Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe. Tune in for the chaos.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
This is into Hoppe Hour. Time to laugh with Ryan's power. Wacky fun and silly jokes. Hoppe Hour loves its folks. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. With Ryan Hoppe. Yeah, he's the topper. Grab your drinks and join the crew. Crazy stories just for you.
856
here to make you grin.
49 Hoppe.
Hoppe fun begins.
It's 856 494 6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com, for all the info on my show, on all 10 affiliates we have. Unlike some podcasts saying that I don't work in radio. Hey, bitch, I'm in 10 cities. Also, you can follow me on all social media at Ryan Hoppe Radio. I think you get the point. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think Ashton Kutcher is an absolute hack. I never liked him on 2.5 Men, but who did? He wasn't bad on that 70s show, but he's always given me such bad vibes. I've never looked at Ashton Kutcher and went, that is somebody I want to be friends with. And guess what? He's being questioned about his relationship with Diddy.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis split rumors have been circulating online after his friendship with Diddy has been put under a magnifying glass following the rapper's arrest.
Yeah, you know, Mila Kunis is like, I have such a princess energy. The worst thing I've ever done was play Meg Griffin.
But here's why. Photos resurfaced online of Ashton with Diddy, as well as videos in which he discussed the duo's friendship and made comments about the rapper's parties. In 2019, while doing an appearance on Hot Ones,
I don't know, Hot Ones creeps me out. It's just like, wow, you're eating chicken wings and interviewing pretentious celebrities. Good for you.
The That 70s Show star said the two had become fast friends.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell.
Yeah, so a lot of people being taken advantage of. Can't talk about that.
So, can't tell that one either.
Yeah. You know, he saw a lot of things and probably took part in it too, but he's a scumbag.
I mean, like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk.
Yeah, don't punk me. I'm a little bitch.
Punk me. And I was like, I don't want to tell you, everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table.
I used to love the show Punked. I can't hate.
And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends. And
yeah, they're really buddy.
We used to just hang out, watch football together. And he came over and I was like, I'm going for a run. He's like, oh, I'll go for a run with you. And so he comes over to go for a run. About halfway through the run, he's like, yo, I'm running out of gas right now. But we had like paparazzi all around us at the time. He's like, you gotta slow down but make it look like you're not slowing down.
Because he had to
I don't want to look like I'm not gonna be able to finish this.
Yeah, that is a sociopath. When you can't even show a human side that you have to quit running, that's how much of a godlike complex Diddy has.
Thing. And he was losing it, right? Like he was like me right now with the wings and the heat's starting to kick up. And he's like, and we finish out the run. And then he was so upset over the fact that he got skunked on this run that year.
Who says skunked?
He decided to run the New York Marathon. And so
that is a sociopath. You're so bad at running that it makes you want to run a marathon. I feel like if you tell that story about somebody like Kobe Bryant or LeBron, someone that works hard, that's a story that seems a little more likable. But when it's Diddy who's taking advantage of people and it's pretty much proving that he can't be bad at anything, it's a little creepier.
So we just started immediately training for the New York Marathon.
I like that. Bounce back.
Well, he just can't lose. Even when he's that close to humility, that like it becomes a driver. And so then he went out and ran the New York Marathon.
Yeah, there is nothing humble about the guy.
Rumors then began to swirl that the actor and his wife might be heading towards a breakup. However, a source slammed the split speculation.
Yeah, I notice a lot of these celebrities that are close to breaking up, they don't want to have the news announce it first, so then they like seem to prolong it, aka Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Telling People Wednesday this is absolutely ridiculous and false. Meanwhile, another source appeared to clarify to the outlet about Ashton and the rapper's bond, saying, Ashton has no involvement in any of this. He doesn't belong in this conversation about Diddy. Ashton has only seen Diddy in a handful of social and business events, all of which have been documented by the media.
Yeah. So they're saying Ashton has no involvement in this, even though he said 5 years ago on the show Hot Ones that he doesn't want to talk about what he saw. Oh, but it was just business deals.
Diddy was arrested last week in New York on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Yeah.
He pleaded not guilty but was denied bail.
Whatever.
Ashton and Mila previously came under scrutiny for writing letters of support for their 70s show co-star Danny Masterson.
Yeah, if you're defending a rapist, like the scumbag that you are, Ashton, and you were defending Danny Masterson, and literally were cool with defending him publicly, I'm sure you did things with Diddy, you leech.
While he was awaiting sentencing after being convicted of rape. The two released a video addressing the backlash, and Ashton also ended up announcing that he would be stepping down from his role as chairman of the board at Thorne.
You know, that wasn't even that big of a deal to him. He's like, one last gig I have to pretend I care about.
Anti-child sex abuse organization.
Oh, that's good. So you were in charge of anti-child sex abuse, even though you hung out with two pedophiles, being Danny Masterson and Diddy. I usually don't swear on the show, but go fuck yourself.
Co-founded in 2009 with ex-Demi Moore.
We are aware of the pain that...
Yeah, here's that video they put out where they were pretending to care about people's emotions because they're actors.
...that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
Screw off. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. I find this headline interesting.
It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close.
That is the comment that Tia Mowry made headlines for, and now she's setting the record straight. The sister actress is about to show the world what her life looks like after divorce in her upcoming show, Tia Mowry, My Next Act. On September 20th, fans got a sneak peek of the show, including this revelation about her relationship with her twin, Tamara Mowry.
Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce.
Yeah, it's weird. Whenever you go through a breakup, you're with somebody all day long, and then you got to sit in your existential thoughts. But you get over it. So get over it, Tia.
It's times like...
I said your name funny, but it sounds better when I say it.
Like this, when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close, and I could, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are right now.
Well, then figure it out. No relationship's going to get fixed by ignoring each other, you brats.
No.
Following major reaction from fans, Tia explained to Us Weekly what she really meant. You could hear it from me, and this is basically what I was insinuating. I feel like as we grow up, we all start our own families, and their children need to lean on them. We begin to take on new roles and responsibilities within our own lives. That is what that was all about. I love my sister very much. She loves me very much. We have a closeness and a beautiful connection.
No, you got caught on camera in a natural moment where you forgot the camera was there and you got caught saying that you're not close to her and now you're trying to say you are. Shut up.
Clarifying she was talking about physical distance, she told...
Oh, stop it. Physical distance. You have a plane. You have money. You can easily go see your family. You're a millionaire. You were on one of the biggest sitcoms of the 90s, Sister's Sister. We don't believe this.
The publication that while some of her family lives in Los Angeles near her, Tamara is in Napa with her husband and kids. In these transitions in life, sometimes you just want a hug and you just want someone to be as accessible as they used to be, and that is not the case.
Whatever. Moving on. Saw this headline here.
Halsey is updating fans after a recent health scare.
The 29-year-old sparks concern after sharing a video of herself and fiancé Avin Jogia.
I feel old. This is going to sound so weird, but Halsey being 29, because I remember 8 years ago when she was the 21-year-old up-and-coming singer. She had that awful song. I was in charge of merging music. So on music radio, you have the sweepers, and you have the, so it's like, you're listening to 93.3, home of fake prank calls in the morning on the radio with this morning show, full of nepotism. And then they'll play the song, and if you don't merge it, then it takes like 4 seconds of dead air. So I used to have to merge music at a radio station, and that song she had, I'm Bad at Love, was very bad.
In the hospital. She captions the September 25th Instagram post, quote, Happy late bi visibility day. This year I'm celebrating by dying with a man by my side. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
It's hilarious. We're going to move on. 856-49-HOPPY. Somebody's trying to be Brad Pitt. Whoa.
Happy hot topic.
I don't know why you'd want to do that in 2024 going on 2025.
Brad Pitt reacting after fans were scammed out of hundreds of thousands of dollars by those claiming to be the Oscar winner.
We're really going for it here, aren't we?
If you think Brad Pitt's messaging you, you're an idiot.
A rep for the actor telling ET, it's awful that scammers take advantage of fans' strong connections with celebrities. While Brad has no social media presence, 5 arrests were made in Spain for allegedly impersonating the actor online.
Yeah.
Boy, you're in the know.
With phony profiles and false promises of romance, authorities say 2 women were robbed a total of $350,000. Brad's team adding, it's an important reminder to not respond to unsolicited online outreach.
Duh.
So pay no attention if someone is trying to get money out of you. It's not me.
If Whoopi Goldberg messaged me and even offered me $1 million just because that repulsive person's reaching out to me, I probably wouldn't even care.
Whoopi Goldberg and Tom Hanks both dropped similar warnings to fans last month on Instagram.
If you're not thinking twice about what you post on social media, you're about 5 years out behind the curve, my friend.
God, he seems like such a pretentious asswipe. I know all the boomers love them some Tom Hanks, but can't stand him.
Tom shutting down fake ads for medical cures, and Whoopi confirming she is not hard up for cash.
What you should know is you will never get anything from me soliciting for anything.
Even if Whoopi Goldberg was broke, if any person, honestly, I'm not saying I don't feel bad for people that got scammed by people that think that they are talking to celebrities, but why would Whoopi Goldberg message you, random person?
It's that simple.
Oh, it's sad. People fall for that. People go, oh my God, it's so accurate. All right. A liberal politician in a liberal city known as New York City. And I know both sides of the spectrum are very dirty, but liberal politicians are always the ones that have a lot of corruption. Like Rod Blagojevich back in the day in Illinois, the governor of Illinois. And then we got Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. He's in a little bit of trouble. And when I say a little bit, I'm making an understatement there.
Happy hot topic.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes.
All right. So before we play him talking, let's find out what happened.
Now to New York City Mayor Eric Adams indicted by a federal grand jury following a corruption investigation.
The mayor of the Big Apple being corrupt? No.
I'll go back to our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky at City Hall. Good morning.
George, good morning. The charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams have just been unsealed. He is accused of bribery, soliciting improper foreign campaign contributions, wire fraud, and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. These are very serious charges that expose the mayor to significant prison time if convicted. He is maintaining his innocence, suggesting this.
Of course he's going to maintain his innocence.
Is a political hit job. He says the charges are entirely false and that
he seems like such a dirtbag, by the way.
He's innocent. But the way the charges are written, they even predate Eric Adams' time as mayor and confirm long-held suspicions that his alleged corruption dated back to his time as the borough president in Brooklyn.
He just looks like your typical politician scumbag. And here he is talking about What's going on? Mm-hmm.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target.
A target. A target.
For months,
a target.
Leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility.
You have no credibility. You're
guilty.
A bitch.
Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration.
Mm-hmm.
Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent. I will request an immediate trials so the New Yorkers can hear.
New Yorkers!
New Yorkers know my story.
No, they don't.
They know where I come from.
They don't know a thing about you, scumbag.
I've been fighting injustice my entire life. That fight has...
I love that, by the way. I love whenever somebody... Okay, I'm going to say it. Whenever somebody of color gets charged with a crime and then they make it about race, it's like, no, you committed a crime.
Continued as your mayor.
Yeah.
Despite our pleas, when the federal government did nothing as its broken immigration policies overloaded our shelter system with no relief, I put the people of New York before party and politics. Now, if I am charged, many may say I should resign because I cannot manage the city while fighting the case. I can also understand how everyday New Yorkers would be concerned that I can't.
All right, I've heard enough of that dirtbag. It's just annoying because it's like, I've faced injustice. No, I'm sure you have, but that doesn't mean that it involves this moment. You committed crimes. You're a dirty politician like the rest of them, and you think everybody that voted for you is an idiot, and they might be because they voted for you. But what I'm saying is, like, you don't think anybody can read through it? Get the hell out of here. I'm looking at the rest of what I see here on TMZ because I've been doing the show for an hour and 36 minutes. T.I. and Tiny score $71 million award in court. Don't steal our intellectual property. Here's the thing, though. They're very lucky that the statute of limitations saved them from the sex trafficking charges because they could have been the Atlanta version of T.I., but they got very, did I say very? Very lucky that did not happen. Just assume that every one of your favorite artists are all scumbags. I see this here. Diddy's streams have gone up, way up, since being in prison. Well, that's good for him. Caitlin Clark beefs with courtside fan. Security gets involved.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark, sorry to interrupt, Rebecca, getting into it with a fan who she was going back and forth with in the front row and pointing it out to the officials. And now the officials calling on security to take a look. As Clark and Bonner have a conversation now, too, and they're going at it.
What is happening here?
What is happening here? It's called, fans getting mad at Caitlin for being pretty.
A lot of activity early in this game.
There sure is.
This is how boring the WNBA is, that this is the exciting part, is I'm talking. This is so exciting. A few things left here. I can't stand Philadelphia. I think it's a scumbag city. I've worked with a lot of people that are from Philly. They're very obnoxious. They're a bunch of drunken losers. And whenever they come to Tampa Bay, I want to vomit. Can't stand Philly. And this Philly superfan did a chest bump with Jason Kelce and got hurt.
So it's true, Jason Kelce almost broke your knee?
No. It was an accident. We did a chest bump we both agreed upon. It was my idea. He accepted it. And
I almost broke my own knee.
So you're hurt now? What's wrong with your knee?
So I have a severe bone contusion, grade 2 sprains of the MCL, grade 1 sprains of the ACL, and then I have a grade 2 strain of the proximal aspect of the medial. I don't know, something.
Yeah,
muscle.
okay, so like a couple things. In the video, Jason turns away immediately, so it doesn't even look like he knew about it.
Yeah, he's a CTE drunken moron. And I love how Jason Kelsey was trying to say on his show that they weren't drunk. Of course he was drunk. That's all they do. They're literally the Bert Kreischer of football. And it's not a good or bad thing, but they just have bellies and they drink all day and make it about them. Here is Suge Knight talking about if Diddy is safe or not.
I mean, one of the things is this.
Of course, Chris Cuomo would be interviewing Suge Knight. A thug talking to a thug.
I don't care who you are. Prison and jail is a negative environment.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can do something to them and get a name for themselves.
Got it.
They're going to actually do it. All right, they can do.
You get some street cred for, killing Diddy.
Do whatever they feel they got to do to prove themselves.
Man, Suge Knight talks in that sociopathic voice.
But we also got to learn.
Yeah.
We got to learn from our mistakes. Everything don't have to be a mistake. You got to better yourself. But we all know what we signed up for in life.
Sounds very deep. That was some sage advice from Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Because when I think of somebody that you want to get advice from in life, it is definitely Suge Knight. He's the guy that provides you with all the sage advice on how to serve life in prison. Need to relax? Well, now you can. Because Happy Hour is almost over. Let me see if there's any breaking news. I'm an hour and 40 minutes in, so we're doing this together. If there's anything that I need to cover, I know once the show's over, 5 clips will come out, and I'll just do a show tomorrow. Not much. Look at TMZ real quick. We're doing a little goodbye. Kanye West sold his house for $21 million. Oh, man. If it was $20 million, I would have bought it. But $21 million, a little too expensive.
Tick-tock, clock's a joke, we're playing cruel pranks. Hoppe's hour almost done, feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom in streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Like clockwork to a show. Now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine. The void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speaker silent vibe coming to an end. Like a roller coaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe's jokes and jabs, these are daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Happy Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that,
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Hoppe Hour is now over.